Hello!
Hello!
And welcome to our West Highland Way travelogue video.
Yes, so we just finished hiking the West Highland Way. We've come back home 2 days ago and this was our first long distance hike that we did. The West Highland Way is a 100-mile hike in Scotland. You can do it going north or going south. We did it going north from Mulgai, which is near Glasgow, to Fort William, which is at the base of Ben Nevis, which we also climbed.
Yay! So we did it in 8 days. Some people do it in shorter. We met a guy who was trying to do it in 4 days.
Yeah.
He was walking ridiculous amounts each day, and I think he was pretty knackered by the end of the first day. But it depends how much time you've got, really. You can take as long as you have or as short. We were planning to do it in 9 or 10 days. But there were a couple of days when we got really wet, really soaked. There weren't any places to wild camp, so we just carried on through. So the most we did in a day was about 20 miles.
Yeah,
most days we were averaging about 10, around that.
Yeah, 10, 12, something like that, yeah.
And we had one day that was a bit shorter just because we needed a slightly more restful day. So but it's quite flexible, isn't it? Because we were seeing it more of a chance to get used to this kind of hike, this kind of through hike. And also as a holiday as well, so without it being too intense. So yeah, that's why we did that. So the video you're about to see was all shot on our camera phones, and that's because we had our DSLRs, but we were trying to save camera battery. Now video shooting on DSLRs eats up the camera batteries. You have a couple of spares, I have just the one battery.
It was about weight as well.
Yeah, and about weight.
And we had no way to charge them
Exactly,
because we were wild camping pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
We stayed in a couple of campsites towards the end because the weather was relentless. Just a lot of rain and we had no way of staying dry. All our clothes were wet. So thankfully the campsites had some facilities to dry our clothes, which we're really grateful for. However, we really enjoyed the wild camping aspect of it, which was fantastic when the weather was dry.
Yeah, definitely.
Wild camping in Scotland is allowed, it's legal, which is amazing. In most places that is, so as long as you respect the Scottish outdoor code, which we did. And in England and Wales it is not allowed as yet, but we're hoping that with time that will change. So yes, enjoy watching our through hiking of the West Highland Way experience. Hello.
Hi.
This is Ollie.
Yeah, hello. And over there is no.gowild. I've probably pronounced that incorrectly.
What's there?
No.gowild. And we're, what, 4 miles into the West Highland Way? And we've got...
Oh, hang on, you're too zoomed in. Okay.
We've got potentially another 8 or so miles to go today before we set up camp.
Possibly. Maybe less.
Yeah, depends. Because we're wild camping, so
Oh yeah, wild camping.
cancel our gear and our big backpacks.
How much does yours weigh?
21.5 kilos, which is...
This is mine.
And how much is yours?
18.
So we're both overweight.
Yep. Just going to turn this round and hopefully something will appear.
There's Nana. How are you feeling?
Good.
Just had lunch.
We made all the difference. Bit sore. Not too bad though. Not too bad. It's nice to be out. It's very beautiful.
Very peaceful. lots of other hikers.
Yeah, loads and loads and loads.
Many very friendly people.
Most of them friendly.
And not so friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to get going again, aren't we?
Up to half an hour break to we'll see some waterfalls. I think there's some waterfalls beyond that peak. What did you say it was called? The one you said before.
Gowild.
That one. Yeah. Oh, it's a butterfly. So that's it for now. So we get to.
See you later.
Bye.
Hey.
Hello. Taking some pictures of Loch Lomond.
This is day 2 of walking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how far have we come?
So far?
Yeah.
Not very far. 4 kilometres?
Yeah.
3 to 4 kilometres?
Yeah.
Yeah, uphill.
And in total, what, about 14, 15 miles? A bit less.
What, yesterday and today?
Oh.
Bit less. Maybe like 12 or 13, yeah. Out behind you.
So this is our little campsite for today, and we haven't walked quite as far today, but we discovered a bothy up the hill, and there's lots of nice places to camp around here. We're allowed to camp anywhere today, so yeah, this is us. We've already been down to the loch, which is down there, and had a swim and had a wash, which was amazing. And we've got this little bag container thing, so we can put soap in that so it doesn't contaminate the loch, and we can have a wash. And yeah, we've washed some clothes and we're just hanging those out. Got a little paracord washing line. And we've even got a little fire pit tonight, which was here already, so we might make use of that. We've got our usual paraphernalia going on there, food bag and mess tins and canteen for water with a life straw, which is amazing. And yeah, we're all set. It's really pretty. has to say about our water system, really. So we brought along 2 camel packs, and there's a lack of kind of fresh tap drinking water along the trail, so we've got a bit of a system in place, which means we can drink all of the available water and use it for cooking and things. So obviously we can just boil water, and that's probably good enough for cooking food in. But for drinking, typically we've got slightly brown, kind of bitty water. So in that case, you know, we can fill up from here, and this is for dirty water and also for kind of boiled cups of tea and bits and bobs. This, I keep water, dirty water, and we've got our camel packs for fresh water, although Nana's is torn at the bottom.
It has.
But we've gaffer taped it up, and we're hoping when we can refill it, it'll be okay.
Yep.
So, but what we do is, we've got one of these life straws. Well, we've got one each. So it just means that we can drink whatever the hell we want to within reason, and it filters out all the nasty stuff that makes your stomach turn to liquid. So yeah, just shove it in there and sip away. So it just means that whenever we want to drink, we stop for a bit and pour some out. Hasn't really been a shortage of water to drink. There have been streams. The first night there was only a little trickling stream, but since then we've been by the loch and have had an almost unlimited supply, touch wood. And yeah, that's that. Now we're just boiling up some pasta. We've got a mini stove, which is a Van Gogh stove, and yeah, the gas. We've got 2 bottles of gas. So far one's just been enough. So that's the exciting situation with water. Camp Diaries Volume 2. Camp Diaries, it's alright, I'm talking to the camera. Camp Diaries Volume 2, and this is the exciting bushcraft washing situation we've got going on here. We've got paracord tied around the tree for a little line, and we were worried about the clothes blowing away, so I've whipped up some pegs using pine twigs and a Mora knife, which has been incredibly useful so far for making pegs and cutting cheese. Proper stuff.
This is day 3 of our West Highland Way hike. Today has been a short day of only about 4.5 hours of walking, solid walking time. We were very tired after yesterday's 20 kilometres uphill hike, and so we've found this beautiful spot today where we've been since 3:30 this afternoon. We've had a swim in the loch just below, and it was very cold and extremely satisfying at the same time. So we have had dinner, and now we're going to have soup. Minestrone. Never had minestrone before, so we'll see how it goes. We had a very interesting dinner. It was very good. It was pasta with Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
Nice pronunciation.
Some olive oil from home. And peanuts.
All the salt.
Who knew they went together, but they did. And so nobody else is here, and it's absolutely beautiful. So there we are. Great. Wild camping. Woo! I get a chance to do this.
Day 4, and we are all packed up and ready to go. The weather today is looking considerably worse. It's meant to rain all day. This is our little route down to the sea, the lock. And it is not as sunny today. But we are ready to go, ready to walk. Up for a walk. We had a good rest yesterday. And just take you back up here. And see what awaits us. Again, we don't know where we're camping tonight. Hoping to get a good walk in. And then, yeah.
Day
5?
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Day 5. We think it's Saturday. Yeah,
It is Saturday,
it's Saturday today. I don't know what the date is, but it's Saturday.
It's the 28th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And we've been walking since about 10 o'clock last night.
Mm-hmm.
Or last night we set up camp just before the town, which is called something which I can't remember. Invernarnan?
Yep.
Something like that. We didn't want to carry all the way. So we set up tent near the loch.
Yeah, we had a little glade campsite near the loch and went for a swim. Or I did.
You went for a swim.
Uh-huh.
It was too cold for me. I went for a swim the day before. And then we got in our tent, we had some food, and then we had lots and lots of rain all night, including a thunderstorm.
Such a heavy night of rain. A few drips through the tent.
Yeah, a little bit. At one point it started dripping on my head,
Yeah.
which was really unpleasant, but I managed to somehow not feel it in my sleeping bag. That was interesting. And then we walked quite a long way today. We went to the pub.
Yeah,
that was a novelty.
We got very, very damp because it carried on raining all day and we got soaked through. But then the sun came out and dried us off really quickly.
It did.
But we took a detour down to a town to do some resupply from a local shop.
Yep, there was like a crossroads and I said West Highland Way to the left or
Shop.
to the west, and then the shop to the right or to the east. I think that was the way it was. I can't remember.
Many conflicting directions.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was a shop to the south.
Walk to the north.
Walk to the north.
That makes
something
sense,
like that. So then we walked for like 15 minutes down the hill. Like, what the hell is the shop?
Yeah.
And then there was a train station, and then there was a road, and I said, "You're halfway here." And we're like, "Oh, we're halfway there."
Yeah, so we're halfway through the trail today.
And then we went to the pub. Not the best meal we've had, I have to say. It was
It's nice to get out of the rain for a bit,
interesting.
wasn't it? Yeah.
But the beer was good.
Yep, there was beer.
We had a pint of the local lager, and did we?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
We did, yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
And then we came up the trail,
Yeah, we walked for another, hour and a half, 2 hours to find a campsite for tonight.
which we'll
we
show you
found.
in a bit.
Yeah.
It was really lovely today.
And we've got some water on the boil for tonight's meal, which is spice infusion couscous.
With peanuts inside.
Yeah,
And some cherry
We've got
tomatoes.
some cherry tomatoes, which we might just eat separately.
Interesting
altogether.
meals, but actually the taste is so good. And then we're gonna have soup afterwards to keep
And
us
soup,
warm.
yeah.
We tried to make a fire, but everything's so wet.
So
It
wet.
doesn't
There
work.
was a fire pit already here someone had made out of stones and things, but yeah, everything's soaked through today. It's
Yeah, not good.
wet, 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 wet.
And
Yeah, and the campsite.
yeah.
I'm holding a pan. The campsite.
Yeah, campsite. Oh, I had a revelation. Not really a revelation.
Did you?
It was.
Did you have an episode?
No. Let's just leave it here. We are about 5 kilometres from Tundrum. Now day 6. And look what's up ahead. Cows. They have horns. Oh, wow. They're great, aren't they? Look at them. Hello, cows. Oh, some of their horns are a bit bent. Oh, they have calves. Okay. One cow. 2 cows. Many more cows. Wow. What a location. It's day 6. It's been like this all day. We're going so through typical. And the weather's like this. And it's been like this all day. At this point, we had been walking for about 7 hours. For the last 2 hours, we were looking for a place to wild camp, with no luck. King's house had been shut for repair, and we pushed on. The guidebook says this part is a treacherous and steep ascent. After deliberation and lots of snacks, we decided to embark on Devil's Staircase. Hey, we've just climbed Devil's Staircase at 5:30 p.m. on day 7.
How far have we walked today?
I don't know. 18 kilometres, maybe more. We have at least 5 more to go. But this is the reward.
It's raining. It's raining. A lot. Again.
So that was our West Highland Way travelogue video. So a few days were missing just because of the intensity of the rain, and it would have just destroyed our camera phones if we'd gotten them out even.
Yeah.
Everything was so soaked through and so wet.
And it took so much energy to hike and just to keep on
Yeah.
going that actually it was more important to walk and to keep warm than to record.
So one thing that we definitely want to do for next time is to get a GoPro camera or a similar sort of style, and yeah, that would enable us to kind of show you guys more of what we're doing, and yeah, just get a more full experience, I think, because those things are kind of waterproof. You can just strap them anywhere and just record things as you go. With us, there was a lot of stopping to get our cameras out to take still photos,
Yeah.
and the same. My mobile phone was off a lot of the time, just because you
Mine.
want to save a bit of battery for emergencies and things like that. So that's one of the things we learned. Future videos.
Yeah, there's a couple of future videos that we're looking forward to recording. So the first one is things that we learned from hiking. So the gear we took, how heavy our backpacks shouldn't be. So our shoulders are both still numb from carrying too much weight.
Yeah. So we'll talk a bit about the gear we took and some of our favourite and least favourite things, most useless maybe.
Yeah.
And also the effects of
hiking.
We're thinking of doing a video around the kind of well-being aspects, positive and negative, about doing through hikes, and the effect it's had on us.
Yeah, physically and emotionally.
Yeah. Even for a short time.
Yeah. And also future plans for hikes and for being in the outdoors. We have a few of those, which we'd like to speak more about and share them with you. But for now, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for watching.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, from all three of us.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.